Hey, I'm Zoo. Nice to see you. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be starting a brand new series called the 82-0 Challenge. In this challenge, we will become the general manager of all 32 teams, and we will try and get the best record possible within 3 years. In today's episode, we will be starting with the Winnipeg Jets. Now, before we get started, if you're excited to see if we can actually go 82-0, leave a like down below, and also leave a comment guessing what our best record will be. Without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah, nightmares keep haunting me. Being at the top is never guaranteed. Last thing I want is a nominee. Wanna stack up awards like 1, 2, 3. Keep calm and relax, I'm supposed to be.
So a few rules before we start this 82-0 challenge. The salary cap will be turned on. We're going to add contract year just to make year one easy. Injuries will be turned off. The trade difficulty is set to medium, as well as the sim engine scoring, and we are not allowed to trade picks after the year 2023. So before we start year one, we have to submit a protection list for the expansion draft. So our protection list includes Brian Little with a no movement clause, Blake Wheeler with a no movement clause, Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor, Josh Morrissey, Neil Pionk, Derek Forbert, Nikolai Ehlers, Dubois, Adam Lowry, and Connor Hellebuck. Seattle elects to take Dylan DeMello from the Winnipeg Jets. So before we even get into the preseason, we're making some big trades, including the first one being Kyle Connor in the 10th overall pick to the Minnesota Wild for Kirill Kaprizov, Brodin, Foligno, and a second round pick. After that, we decide to trade Paul Stastny and a third round pick to Columbus for Boone Jenner. Then we trade Kuffner and Tjornson and a third for Michael FROLIK. And then we trade Josh Morrissey to the Blues for Parayko and a third. So starting with year one, the lineup for the Winnipeg Jets consists of Michael FROLIK, Mark Scheifele, and Blake Wheeler, a +3. Kaprizov, Dubois, and Ehlers, a +3. Foligno, Jenner, and Little, a +1. Kopp, Lowry, and Appleton, a 0. On defense, we have Parayko and Pionk at +5. Brodin, Poolman at +3. Forbert, Niku at +3. And our goalies consist of Connor Hellebuck and Laurent Brossoit. So we decided to trade Schaefer, who's a medium elite sniper, Michael FROLIK, Green, and the Blues third that we received, for Roope Hintz and Jason Robertson. That upgrades our first line left wing to 84 overall, and it keeps the +3 on the chemistry. So at the trade deadline, we sit at a record of 39, 20, and 3. Mark Scheifele leads the team with 32 goals and 66 points. Neil Pionk has a +52. And Connor Hellebuck with a .911 save percentage and 34 wins in 54 games. We decided to make no moves at the deadline. We tried shopping Neil Pionk because his value was high, but we couldn't find any deals. So after year one, we finished the season 50, 25, and 7, which is good enough for us to win the conference and get third place in the league. Mark Scheifele leads the team with 87 points and 38 goals. Colton Parayko finishes with a +62. And Hellebuck finishes with 40 wins, and both our goalies have above a .910 save percentage. Let's get to the playoffs. So in the playoffs, we beat Arizona in round 1 in 5 games. We beat the Colorado Avalanche in round 2 in 5 games. We almost blew a 3-1 series lead, but we beat the Ducks in 7 to advance to the Cup final. And we had a heartbreaking Game 7 double overtime loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So with the awards after year one, Winnipeg takes home 2, Neil Pionk wins the Norris, and Kaprizov wins the Calder. So after year one in the offseason, we decided to re-sign Kaprizov and Pionk. We also signed Nikita Zadorov, Aaron Dell, and Dennis Savard. We trade Little, Roy, and a 4th round pick for Craig Smith, and we make a 1-for-1 trade and trade Robertson for Tyler Johnson. And last but not least, we make a blockbuster trade and we send Vesalainen, Zadorov, and a second to Ottawa for Eric Brandstrom. So to start year number 2, our lineup consists of HINTZ, Scheifele, and Wheeler at +3, Kaprizov, Dubois, Ehlers at +3, Perfetti, Jenner, and Smith +1, and Johnson, Lowry, and Appleton at 0. Our defense consists of Parayko and Pionk a +5, Brodin and Brandstrom a +1, and Niku and Savard a +3. And our goalie tandem is Hellebuyck and Aaron Dell. So at the trade deadline for year number 2, we sit with a record of 36, 21, and 5. Mark Scheifele leads the team with 66 points, and Wheeler leads the team with 25 goals. Hellebuyck's having a decent season with 8 more wins than losses, and Dell is playing amazing with a 12-5-1 record with a .929 and a .213. We decided to make no deals at the deadline. We did shop for Lucas Raymond, who would have fit our team perfectly, but the asking price was just a bit too high. So we finished the season not quite as good as year 1 with a 47, 30, and 5 record, which is good for 3rd in the division and 7th in the league. Mark Scheifele leads the team with 89 points, and Kaprizov leads the team with 35 goals. Dell with a monster backup season as he finishes with a 15-6-1 record with 3 shutouts, a .930, and a .206. And Hellebuyck was a little lackluster. Hopefully he plays better next season. Let's get to the playoffs. So in the playoffs, we sweep Dallas in the first round. However, in the second round, we blow a 3-1 lead against Colorado. Colorado ends up going on to win the Stanley Cup, and Nathan MacKinnon takes home 4 awards for that Avalanche team. So in the offseason of year number 2, we decided to let Sami Niku walk in free agency. He ended up dropping to a 77 overall. We bring back Parayko and Jenner. We end up trading Wheeler and a goalie prospect Brindamore to the Ducks for Max Comtois and Josh Mahura. We bring back Dubois and Kaprizov. And we end up firing head coach Robichaud, and we bring in a new coach, Gage Lopp, with a 75% team fit. So to start our last year of the simulation, our lineup consists of Kaprizov, Perfetti, Dubois +3, Ehlers, Scheifele, Comtois +3, HINTZ, Appleton, Smith +1, and Johnson, Jenner, and Gustafsson +1. On defense, we have Parayko and Brandstrom +5, Brodin and Pionk +1, and Mahura and Savard +3, and then we have Hellebuyck and Dell as our 2 goalies. So 18 games in, our record's not looking too great. We decided to trade Heinola, Tyler Johnson, and Nikkanen to the Anaheim Ducks for Josh Manson, Marody, and King. The idea behind this trade is to move Brodin down to the 3rd pair, seeming that Pionk and Brodin are the only minus players on the team. Then, we decided to trade Adam Lowry and Mahura for Tanner Pearson, Kiviranta, and a 4th. Pearson replaces Johnson great, and Mahura is out because of bringing in Manson, and Lowry was a healthy scratch. So now taking a look at our lines, we have Tanner Pearson in on the 4th line instead of Tyler Johnson, still a +1. And now the defense core has Manson on the 2nd pair and Brodin down to the 3rd pair. The D core now consists of a +5, +5, and +3. So after the end of the season, we finished 1st in the division and 4th in the league with a record of 46, 30, and 6, good for 98 points. Kaprizov led the team with 79 points and 41 goals. We had 6 players on this team with 20+ goals and 9 players with 40+ points. Hellebuyck finishes with a 36, 19, and 3 record, and both goalies with an .890 save percentage. Let's get to the playoffs. So in the year 3 playoffs, we beat the Ducks in 5 games in round 1. We beat Colorado in 5 games in round 2. We beat the Canucks in 6 games in round 3. And Dubois gets his revenge on the Blue Jackets as the Winnipeg Jets win the Stanley Cup in 7 games. So let's recap what happened in the 3-year simulation. We finished with an overall record of 143 wins, 85 losses, and 18 overtime losses. Our best record was 50, 25, and 7. We never did win a President's Trophy, however we won 2 division titles, and we won 1 Stanley Cup, which is nice, but it wasn't the goal of this video. Which leads me to ask this question: will we be able to go 82-0 in our next simulation with the Washington Capitals? Thank you so much for watching this simulation. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like down below, and also make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload any NHL videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.